Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I hope everybody's doing well. Wow. Time to start new things. Not that. Wow. There we go. Hello. Wow. Excuse me. Hello. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Right. I am starting a new thing today, which is after we did our little brainstorming session, this was like the thing I was most excited to make, so I'm making it now. Instead of like going down the list, I'm just jumping straight to I want to make this thing, which is a little like Beanie Baby idea that I am in love with, and I haven't told too many people about it, but the people I have mentioned it to are also in love with the idea, so I'm super excited. Plushie. I don't know if no, that doesn't sound right for some reason. But yeah, we're going to try to make essentially a Beanie Baby, legally distinct Beanie Baby. Exactly. Growlith got there. We're making legally distinct Beanie Baby. I think the phrase Beanie Baby is copyright, but the word beanie isn't, so it's probably going to be called Blues Beanie. Because I like alliteration. Yeah, this little guy in the corner that we sketched out. Make your own Beanie Baby legally distinct. So, you know, all of this stuff that we wrote down, and then in the bottom corner, Beanie Baby, and I'm like, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do that. We did stuff. Although Gilded Cage. We did rings. We did rings. Yeah. So, right. Having the avatars here doesn't matter at all. This is again just for a base me to sort of get the basics scale established. I'm also, I probably should have done this before I started stream. I'm also gonna open up the cupboard. If you can hear the capital letters slot into place, I'm gonna open up the cupboard, and I'm gonna pull out my small hoard of Beanie Babies for me to look at. Because why wouldn't I? If I have them here, why would I not? So let's have a look. See. Spook's gonna come home and just go, oh god, because my desk, I have so many Beanie Babies, they won't fit on my desk. So I need to sort of pick which ones I want to pull out, and also put the plushies that are currently on my desk back in the cupboard so that we have space. So, Legiacrus, who was pulled out for the Monster Hunter update, you're going back in. I think Legiacrus, you can go on the Pokemon shelf next to Gyarados. Probably a better place for you. So let's have a look. See. So a couple of them share like templates essentially, and they just have different patterns on them. Is that not Spook every day? Fair. I try to keep my desk relatively clear. I mean, I am a person who naturally likes to have things around me. I'm like a magpie or a dragon. I hoard things and I like to have them around me. I'm not big on minimalism. I like having stuff. But I also try to keep my desk relatively clear because I do think if my desk is 100% full of stuff, it does sort of like fog my brain of like, oh, there's too much clutter everywhere. So it's a fine balancing act. So, my desk is generally quite full, being, my computer, of having my keyboard, my Stream Deck, my tablet, my headphones, my microphone, my Xbox controller. At least always one glass of water. In this instance, I have both a glass of water and a mug of tea. But there is a sort of clear space to the side, which tends to be my current whatever. So currently, the book I am currently reading is sat there, and my phone is sat on top of it. And that is where Legiacrus was sitting, as my sort of current plushie rotation of, I'm having Legiacrus out because of Monster Hunter. So we put Legiacrus back. I'm going to put some Beanie Babies there, literally for art reference. So let's have a look. So we're going, even the Beanie Babies do have a couple of different types, essentially. We're going for the sort of flat kind, which is like the one that I sketched out. But there's like the seated bears, and there's ones of like seated like cats and dogs that are kind of quadrupedal. But we're going for this one. So because I literally own some of them, so get in the ball. Get in the ball. Hi, Russo. So yeah, there are a couple that are legitimately like, autism creature shape. It's so shit. And then there's like the seated sort of teddy bear shape as well. That's also really shit. I'm not used to drawing. Hi, how's it going? It's going well. I'm starting a new project today and I'm excited by it. But yeah, that's the shape we're going for. So we're going to pull out you as a cat. That's Amber 2. Actually, a modern remake of a classic Beanie Baby. So that's kind of a cat. Gotta pull out Nanook 2. So he's got like a short, same body, slightly different face shape. That's worth noting. So that's a seated one. We're not doing seated. We're not doing the unusual shape. So there's also like birds. There are dragon Beanie Babies. We'll pull you out. That's a little bear. Sammy the bear. Oh, he's so old and dirty. Well loved. Well loved, as some have been said in the past. Mystery, she's a unique one, Loch Ness Monster. We've also got a frog, that's another, like, kind of a unique body shape. Fox, definitely want to pull out the fox one. That's Sly, I believe, yes, Sly the fox. Also, so same body again, different tail, different face shape, and actually different ear shape by the looks of it. Actually, the dogs and the cats seem to have the same ears, but the fox has got a different ear shape. How many skins do you think you will do? I don't know. I'm probably going to do skins to match the basic tropes that I'm going to go for, which kind of match what I'm pulling out from my collection. So dog, cat, fox, I guess bear. Let's see, what else do we have here? I do have a rabbit here that matches the template. Pull you out from the bottom. Ears. He does have some big old ears. So the rabbit tail looks the same as the bear tail. So let's have a look. What else do we have that matches this kind of face, this kind of shape? You don't. See that? I got a mountain lion, but I think that's just the same as a cat. I think that's just exactly the same shape. We'll pull out Pounce. Love Pounce. One of my earliest, if not my first. Oh, also well loved. Pounce has a very thin tail. but still has the cat face shape. Let's see. So I'm gonna have to reorganize my entire plushie cupboard after this because I'm pulling so many of them out. So I have a tiger, but is that just the same shape as a cat? It kind of looks like it is. It definitely has the same tail by the looks of it. Slightly different face shape, so we'll put you on the table. You can sit next to the cat, so I can sort of see the comparison between the two. Also, you actually have a unique nose. You have a different nose. Interesting. Things I've actually never noticed before. Mountain lion, sitting next to the tiger. Let's see. Ah, lion. So lion has the mane and the tufted tail. Lion has a mane and a tufted tail. What else have we got? Let's see. I have a white tiger as well as a regular tiger. Siamese, that's just the same as the cat. That's just another cat. I think that's all the sort of like body types I have of the classic Beanie Baby. I think that's all of the body types. Okay. My cupboard is now in disarray. Complete disarray. Reorganising the plushie cupboard while the community day is cancelled. And Sunday. Ha 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 ha. Very funny. You know that will only take me one day because I literally did it on stream once. There's proof. Alright. Let's drink some of this tea. I'm half correct. It also means you're half wrong. Anyway. We have fished out 11 Beanie Babies, which isn't even all of the ones I have. And that's just of this, like, flat body type, because I've definitely... It seems like I've got a lot of cats that are just the same body type, which I think is just indicative of me growing up in my family. I come from a cat family. So, I got Siamese, I got 2 tigers, a regular one and a white one, which are literally just the same plushie, different fabric. So... And I have a silver tabby as well as the ginger tabby. Babies? No. Okay, I'm going to save this as... Okay, we are in the VRC assets folder, so we're just going to go legally. Beanie _01_start. Okay, so these are all sort of the same size, so I'm not a big person by any means, but it looks like the average Beanie Baby is a little bit shorter than my forearm, but like just the forearm, not including the hand, so not quite elbow to wrist. If you don't include tail, going from like head to toe, but not including tail, because some of them have longer tails and some of them have shorter tails. So that's our size rough estimate. Obviously, people can scale these up as much and as little as they want. So we're going to start at the cube. Because this is a square, it's going to be the same sort of length on all sides. So that roughly is how big we want to go for lengthwise. Elbow to wrist. A little bit smaller. So that's our length, roughly. Okay, so now we're actually going to, like, flatten. Right, let's add our mirror modifier. Beanie Base. Beanie Base isn't a bad name. Blues Beanie Base. Because it's like an avatar. I'm treating it like an avatar base, but it's not having avatar stuff put on it. So it's like, it's not going to have the whole mapping to a humanoid rig, rigging and all of that jazz. But up until before then, it's being treated very similarly. Similarly? Yeah? Probably not a word. Being treated very similar to the avatar creation process. Add modifier. Mirror. Delete that internal face. No internal faces. think it would be compatible with the Tiger Bee pet system, in like it would be able to replace the Tiger Bee for the beanie. I'm gonna instinctively say no because I don't own that asset and I have no idea how it works. So I wouldn't even know how to begin, how to implement, how to combine those two together. Because the Tiger Bee evidently has like a rig so that it can walk and move around, and this is I am probably gonna make a rig on this, but it would be totally different because the Tiger Bee's legs go down underneath it so that it can walk around like a cat, and these Beanie Babies are gonna have their legs sort of coming out to the side, pancake style. So they're not going to be designed to be a follower. This is not a follower. It is an item that you can either put in your world or just have on your avatar. In my brain, I envision shoulders and heads are probably going to be places that these get put a lot. And I'm saying that from my own experience as a definitely normal person growing up. Okay. Let's have a little look at you. So I was about to be like, could I get rid of the back half and model this symmetrically on all four corners? But no, the front legs and back legs are distinct from one another. Slight benefit of having multiples of these that I can look at in person. They are actually distinctive shapes. They did actually take that into account. The front legs sort of come out like this. The back leg definitely seems to have a bit more of a haunch, and then it comes in and out like the actual animal digigrade look. It does actually have that look to it. So that's neat. Me putting Beanie Babies on throne. It's for research. It's for research. Wink. Man, they really don't make them like they used to. They really don't. Okay. So yeah, bottom is very flat. Yeah, they sit fairly flat. Hmm. I'm trying to establish which faces are going to be the best one for me to extrude out. Like, is it just going to be these ones, or do I want to take that one with me? I think it's just going to be the corner. I think we're just going to go with corner for now. Behold, I have made the lobster beanie baby, which is a thing that exists. Is this going to cause problems? I already feel like it will. I've already changed my mind. I think we're going to go for this, maybe. Bean. This is why they're called beanie babies. People think it's because they have beans inside them, but it's because they are beans. Did you know that? Did you know that? It's really fascinating looking at ones like the rabbit, for instance, because it's like one just kind of shape, and that the fabric seam for the body like includes the front legs, on the belly, and on the back it like includes the front and the back legs. It's just interesting. Or hear me out, both. It could be both. You never know. Hi, Hope. You never know. It could be both. I'm gonna take my Fitbit off again because I feel like there's not a lot of point in me wearing it when I'm sat down working, and frankly, I'm not used to wearing it because it's been a long time since I wore it. I went to the moon. How did it go? Did you get me cheese? Did you get me cheese? And if you didn't, how dare you? Is a huge struggle. I couldn't find cheese. Wow! Can't believe Hope doesn't love me. You hate me. Wish you were nice and wish you were nice and shiny. I've put a waystone on the moon, but there's no oxygen, so you'll suffocate. You should probably specify that on the waystone. I envision people go because I remember on the server we had before. You did, okay, good. Because I remember on the server we had before, they set up a moon base that did actually have like oxygen in it, so you could just go there even if you didn't have moon stuff. See, I'm torn with how I want to set this up because part of me was like, I could use VRC Fury to make it so that you can like add and take away parts, but if I do that, then it means that it's like not going to be compatible for like VTubing, and I feel like some people would actually use them for VTubing, you know, making them a thing that you can throw and stuff. So I guess I kind of don't want to use VRC Fury because, as you can guess from the name, VRC Fury is kind of only helpful in VRC. I hate bingo. Can we tear it down? Oh no. Is it still a no for you? I think a couple of people are slightly salty that Doug won yesterday. But we did have a legit winner. We have marked off so much bingo this week. Okay, where does the head come out in relation to the arm? So let's see. So in relation to the arms, they don't touch corner to corner, so I don't want to do like that because there's no gap in between. There is a gap in between, so it is going to be this. They do kind of have a little bit of neck. That looks like something that does vary from shape to shape. Like, I would say the fox has a very defined neck, as does the cat. But, like, the mountain lion and the tiger kind of don't have much of a defined neck, and neither does the rabbit. I sent the situation in DMs. Uh-oh. Oh, you hate to see it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 lines that could be completed by one number. It's kind of insulting, really. It's insulting. Ugh. Shakes the bingo. Hey, you could be Core. Core bought a second bingo card with bits and still hasn't gotten bingo. At least it isn't pay to win. No, not in the traditional sense. It could be pay to win in the sense of like you could just keep paying. It's like pay to re-roll, I suppose. You're not guaranteed to win. You get a re-roll basically. If you're that determined to win bingo. So there is like a teeny little bit of neck. A little tiny bit of neck. I'm going to do that again so that we have like a little bit of extra geometry there for smoothing's sake. And then this one is where we will sort of extrude out. It looks very long at the moment. This is definitely one of those things that we're in trust the process because we just started. Trust the process. The space. I just thought, Hope, I should probably DM you about something. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm at home. Oh no, no, no. I feel like the whole thing needs to be flatter still. Very flat. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. I've tried pay to win and it hasn't worked yet. No, it is not. Okay, I guess it's going to be this corner that I pull out for the back legs. Wow. I can see the baby shape now. Hmm. I'm out of tea. Drink water. Spook is home. Time to pile a bunch of Beanie Babies everywhere. So this is where, tail-wise, I don't know if I'm going to model it actually attached, because we're going to have different tails. So I want this line, I think, to be more on top. No skarmory for you. Music in the air. They'll do just fine. I got a shiny warning go. Hey, nice. Do I have a shiny Skarmory in go? I might do. I did add the Somna tracks to my stream playlist, didn't I? Because it just occurred to me that I don't think they've turned up at any point. Oh, apparently I didn't. Fixes. Somna soundtrack. Just add entire thing to stream song. Nice. I got it from the first take a picture of the spot quest I did. Ah! Kind of bronzes, is it? I thought Skarmory was still silvery, but like its wing colour changed. Oh, I see. I would not call that bronze. That is not bronze. I don't know what you'd call it, but it's not bronze. Because bronze is distinctly in the brown spectrum. It's got green wings, that's the bit I remember. It has green wings. It's not silver, yeah, I wouldn't say it's silver. Base Skarmory is definitely silver. I don't know what I don't know metals well enough to work out what that is. It's not like chrome either, because chrome is kind of like quite silvery. But it's not bronze. But yeah, it is a different colour. It's not a bad shiny. Yeah, it has a slight greenish hue to it. It's probably not meant to be any particular metal. Copper alloy, maybe? Maybe. It's probably not meant to be any particular metal because it's Pokemon. They would probably were just like, well, we've made the red bit green, so let's put a slight green hue into the metal as well. It's definitely just, oh, here's the color of the Pokemon 3 Pokemon down. Didn't get any of the love that Charmander does. No, the Pokemon Company very clearly has favourites, and it's not even subtle. I feel like Skarmory is a Pokemon that would benefit from getting like a Mega Evolution or something. It's got no evolutionary forms before it or after it. It's very unremarkable. In stats and stuff. It's been completely overshadowed by Corviknight as a steel flying type. So I feel like Skarmory would benefit from a Mega Evolution. I stand by the fact that Charizard's actual shiny is purple. Its actual shiny isn't purple. Its original shiny was purple. Those are two different words. Those two words mean different things. Oh no, it's a baby. Oh no. It looks slightly bad. Internal faces? How dare you? It's a pancake. Actual shiny before favoritism showed up. Yeah, very rapidly. They didn't know it was going to be as popular as it did, but the moment it even slightly started to show a little bit more popularity, they were like, we can capitalize on this. Its original shiny before the favoritism showed up. I wish shiny Nidoking was better. Because shiny Nidoking is blue, so shiny Nidoqueen should have been purple, but instead it's this kind of gross green colour. Like, making them inverses of each other, that would have been cool. Kind of like shiny Nidoqueen. Agree to disagree. I don't. Shiny Nidoking, pretty sick. Now this is the awkward thing. How? Just how? There are no other words after that, just how. Oh, that really, like, when I smoothed that really smoothed it along, like, quite a bit. I don't want that as far down as it is. I want that to sort of stay up there. So I got at least a couple of polygons to define a neck. The whole evolution shinies tell a story. You think so? So that's what I mean, is that, you know, shiny Nidoran is, like, pink. The shiny Nidoran female is pink, and the shiny Nidorina is kind of pinky purple, and then it's green, and it's like, eh? Eh? Spook might have gone straight to go to sleep. Hang on, let me check. Yes. Close my door then. Yeah, he's come home from work and gone straight to have a nap. It's a woman born in male colours and decides to be their own thing. That's why the Queen's colours aren't pink. I guess if you want to interpret it as that, that's kind of sweet. But then it's weird because Nidoking doesn't do that, and it doesn't make sense either because then it means that Nidoking doesn't do that. It's one or the other. They need to be the same. When you have lines that are intrinsically tied to one another like that, they should tie together. I'm talking purely from a design standpoint, let me specify. I'm talking from a design standpoint. If you have two designs that are intrinsically linked together, then they should stay linked. By making just the one different, it disrupts the, synergy that you made between those two. So I think the Nido should be the same Pokemon line. If they were made today, they would be. They are merely just a relic of older times that now cannot be rectified because they just don't rectify stuff. It's just another relic of an older time. Of they're classed as different. They are the Pokemon equivalent of a Rathalos and a Rathian. They are technically the male and female of the same species, but they are classified separately for some reason. Oh, I'm just visualizing a Nidoking with Rathalos colours. That'd be pretty sick. Hi, Cash. How you feeling? Oh, ambiguous head shape. Okay, I definitely need to bring out a snoot of some kind. I've got me grumbling cold on my pillow. Oh no! Oh, you have my sympathies. You have my sympathies. Throws plushies at you. I say that because I have a mound of plushies with me at the moment. For reference purposes. Wink. If they come out with gold and silver Nidos, I'm out. Are you kidding? That would be sick. That would be sick. They should do Mega Evolutions for Nidoking and Nidoqueen. That would be sick. I feel like this is gonna be extruding. This is awkward because we've got so many different face shapes to work with. Hoping it eases, or I might have to take today from streaming. I feel like you should anyway. Okay, let's try this. Oh god. We love when extruding does that. No internal faces. No internal faces. Mwah. you see the model I made for Helldivers Sledge saw it and was like, hey baby, can your character stop being hot? And I was like, oh, I did. Very cool. It made me want to get Monster Hunter armor. My buddy is doing the fucky wucky, so I'm eating till tomorrow. Yes. I'm gonna play Roadcraft. I'm not familiar with Roadcraft. Behold, I am making a pancake. It has begun. His body is very long. We're in the 3D equivalent of the sketch phase. The Beanie Baby is happening. The legally distinct Beanie Baby. Very wide as well at the top. Very front heavy. I should get started on the plushie sledge. You have enough to do! Go easy on yourself. Bigger feetsies. Oops, wrong button. Long man. I'll grab this and move that down slightly like that. See, now he's not long enough. Now I've gone too far the other way. Okay, head definitely needs to be bigger. That's probably why this is looking a bit odd. Head definitely needs to be bigger. Connected only, please. That's better. That already feels better. That already feels better. AHG Roadcraft is like, best I can think is SnowRunner or American Truck Sim, but you're fixing roads. Oh, interesting. Sounds like something that maybe Cole or Naren would be interested in. Music made the EP. I just put the Somna music in the soundtrack in the playlist because I realized I hadn't. So that I thought you were talking about a Minecraft pack. The inbuilt brain assumption of ends with craft equals Minecraft. Okay, so I think when it comes to ears and tails, I'm gonna make them as separate as in not attached, so that I can make a bunch of different tail shapes, and people can pick the one that they want. Same for ears. Did it last week, and the Beachy song or Dreamwell Fireworks song comes on, and I cry a little. Oh my god! Don't make me cry again. I've cried twice this week already. I really love that game for like an hour and then flip the fuck out and quit. Poor Naren. Poor Naren. Okay, does that? They do have like a little bit on here. Pull that forward like a little bit. Pull you backwards a little bit. Stupid truck just grabbed the tree, yeah. Wind is taking my door. I feel like I've been cheated by mine, because I woke up this morning and I was like, oh god, pain, and then nothing happened, and I was like, this is unfair. You can't pull that shit on me. You can't go, psych! That's stupid. It's very unusual to be in a position where you want a thing to occur like that, but I do, because I want it to occur before wedding happens. Because I don't want it during wedding. Oh, here we go. Speaking of. We love Naomi. He's very vocal about when he is done with something. That's true. That's true. Look, we love all of our friends' quirks because we also have quirks. My quirk is I'm a lap noodle. Oh, sweet bean. Definitely want to add in some geometry here for like snoot definition, especially since I'm probably going to be adding in like having a wider snoot, having a narrower snoot, so definitely want to have geometry there for that. Probably gonna pass out. Please just stay in bed. Please do not try to force yourself to work. Please. You're doing me a concern. Okay. Let's increment. Start, so 002 extra. No, we'll call it like parts. Just call it parts. Save as. Responsibilities. They'll keep. They'll keep. if you insist on doing them, then at least don't stream, because that's just an extra stress. Doing a wiggle leg. I mean, so am I. I'm also doing a leg wiggle. Been over it before. I'm a steel type trainer. Please ignore most of my Pokemon are bugs. Add another cube. Make it super small. Gonna loot that body now. Gonna loot that motherfucker. When I loot that dead kid's body. Bitch. We'll do wide tail because literally my fox is in front of me. So he's literally... I can't spell tail apparently. My fox is in front of me, so I'm literally using him as a reference at the moment. Mirror. Get rid of internal face. How far does that tail go out? I mean, it's actually the length of the body. And I can literally do that in person. I can fold that over. His tail is the length of his body. Nice and easy. We will subdivide once and then edge loops. That's probably enough edge loops. Probably don't even need that. There we go. I'm going to be real, I'm probably also going to do a wings add-on, because why wouldn't I? Because then I can have my wings. Besso music. Besso music. Shade smooth. Agron, Empoleon, Skarmory, Scissor, Alolan, Sandslash, and Metagross. All very good boys. Being Steel types means I'm weak to curls just in general. Yeah. Especially with the Scissor and, you know, the Alolan Sandslash. The 4 times weakness to fire is not great. Should have done this before. Look at some of my other tail types. Okay, interesting. So, interestingly, the foxtail comes out flat, with essentially the seam between the top half and the bottom half, but the cattails actually come out sideways between the 2 seams of the right and left side of the body, as does the little tail, the little nub tail that some of the dogs and the rabbit have. Okay. So actually I will delete the second one that I just made there. I suppose the best way for me to do this would be to kind of do a setup similar to how Koodlin sets up her avatars in the Unity project, in that I maybe make a bunch of prefabs, and then there's also one that just has all of the options on it. So it's like, here's a fox prefab, here's a cat prefab, here's a dog prefab, here's a whatever prefab, but then there's also an all-in-one prefab, where it's like, if you know your way around Unity, you can customize it yourself. Maybe that's like the way to go for the setup of this. I'm going to rotate it afterwards. Yeah, it goes... Words. The cattails are like that, and then extended outwards. Subdivide. Actually, I'm going to extend it first. And how long is your tail in comparison to your body? It is not the same length as your body. It's not as long as the foxtail. Not by much, though. How long are we in comparison to the fox? Let's say about there. So where's our foxtail? Probably about there in comparison to our foxtail is how long our cattail is. You can't just ask a person how long their tail is. I bloody well can. Most furries I know don't shut up about it. True. Fair, that tracks. See? I'm right. Why are you booing me? I'm right. Cash's tail is a little over 2 meters long, while he himself is about 1.6. I'm not a numbers person, so I've never thought about how tall Blue is or how tall her tail is. But I'm very much in the barred area of big tail, big tail, big tail. But because I'm that kind of person and I like ecology, I'm like, well, she has to have a big tail to help her fly, like how birds have tails. It's for balance and for aerial support. She needs a big tail. Also needs big wings. I still haven't finished the ref. You open it. Still haven't finished this. It just needs lining. It just needs lining. It's a big tail. Big tail. Have you seen big tails? They look so nice. Exactly. Everyone wants a big tail. Ladies' clothes that have pockets, that's true. Dragon tail is a gecko, soft skin, scales and soft fur, so you'll curl up tail and sleep it like a beanbag. Oh, that's so cute! Is that why you're always crashing big tail? No. No. Where's the sketch? See, now I'm curious. Because I didn't measure this, I just eyeballed it and I was like, that looks correct. Yeah, yeah, that's curled, so big tail. Large tail. Good for hugging. Yeah, I need to line this. All of the information is correct and there. I can't think of any other information I need to include. I even can't see very well, but there's a tiny scar on her paw, which I'm hoping I will make. I'm planning to make more visible with lining. But yeah, I need to line it properly because this is just like really. It's not like my usual sketch. It's like a very refined sketch, but it's still like not proper lines. I need to finish this along with everything else. Along with everything else. Alright, how many did I put on this? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Because we want it to. If I am thinking I will rig it, so I want it to bend nicely. Smooth the shit out of it because it's very tube. The cat. That was really loud. The cattails are very tube. Although they don't quite come to a point like that. That was the wind blowing my door shut. There you go, more sort of like that. We lost a little bit of our length there in the smoothing, so we're just going to widen that out a little bit more. And then bring that back in there. How does this compare to the fox? Okay. That is probably about right, actually. Obviously, I don't need to be that spot on. Shade smooth. I don't think I'm going to delete... No, I will delete those. Might add in some extra verts at the base because that's where the tail will bend the most. So, might add in some more there. Just kind of like that. That's probably where a bend will occur. Right, and so the cattail actually comes, so it's about there, and it's actually at an angle like that on the feline ones. Which is interesting. There we go. Okay, that's in there. And that is in there. Okay. Ah! Hi, Lance! Save that. Sticking to tails. Sergal is here. Sticking to tails, we got our little like nub tails. Let's see. So we got two kinds of nub tails. So we've got essentially I guess I would define that as like a canine tail because all of these dogs have the same tail. But then there's a second kind of nub tail, which it seems the bear and the rabbit have in common, which has a slightly different shape to it. How is you? I'm good. I'm in my element. I am examining my collection of IRL plushies to make one for VR chat. Let's grab a dog. Hold the dog. So soft. Hang on. Must cuddle. So soft. Ah. Right. Add. Cube. How's your day going, Lance? Green cube besides the leg is asleep. Mine's gonna end up doing that because I'm in the typical pose of someone who cannot sit straight. Let's swap legs, which is when you have one leg out and then you're sat on the other leg. So it's swap legs. Oh, all the feeling comes back. More somnum music. So, yeah, interestingly, it really does look like the dogs and the cats basically just have the same ears. It kind of looks like they all have the same ears, but the fox doesn't. They gave the fox different ears. It's been raining this morning. Nice. We need rain. We need rain. And I am in England. We need rain. Mirror. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Mm. Beata Maria, no, I am a righteous man, but you I am justly proud. No, not on that axis. This axis. Sits down, this is comfy, stands up hour later. Yeah, basically. Both Spook and my mum and dad have commented in the past of like, can you not sit normally? And I'm like, no. No. It's 26 degrees today, but I'm actually not feeling it as much as we have on the previous day, so I'm guessing the humidity has dropped like a little bit. 40%. I mean, it's been more humid, so it's dropped a little bit. Apparently, it might rain in the evening. That would be good. It would save me having to water the garden. Jonathan Young is so good. Jonathan Young is good. I have a lot of his music on my stream playlist. Because he's okay with people listening to his music on streams, which is nice. Ah, nearly 2 weeks away, guy. Did you know that? It's nearly 2 weeks from as tomorrow. 2 weeks from tomorrow. He's a Magic the Gathering player, which shocked me not as much as Post Malone being a Magic player as well. Like, they're nerds. I am less surprised these days, and I think it was ever since Henry Cavill came out as came out's the wrong word, but acknowledged he was a Warhammer player. So I'm less shocked these days because I think culture is slightly shifting of like, yeah, people are allowed to be nerds. Go figure. My playlist is like prioritizing the summer music because it got added like midstream, so it's like, oh, we've played all of these other tracks, but these tracks are new, we haven't played them yet. Turn the X-ray off. It's a small tail, but I think it needs to be a little bit bigger than that. Given the amount of stuff I want to put on this, it probably is going to be a more on the expensive side for my assets. Which for based off of my current pricing means that it's probably going to be around like 10, 15. Because I think 15 is legitimately the most expensive outside of the Cobble avatar, because the Cobble avatar is 25, which for a base is reasonably cheap, I think. I can't really justifiably go any cheaper given how much work I put into it, frankly. Given 40k is Plastic OK coming out as a 40k play, maybe the appropriate term. No, it's not. It's not. It's not the appropriate term. Yeah, Somna was so good. I love Somna too. I think I should actually have that there just as a... Good old hearing the neighborhoods shouting. So long as it doesn't involve me. Me and Spook are big, keep ourselves to ourselves neighbours. There we go. Little nub. Ah, apps trying to get me to spend money I don't have. Is that long enough? I think that is long enough in relation to the body. I think it is slightly too pointed, though. I'm going to call this one Short Tail because the other one is probably going to be the nub. And cube. Scale it down. Add a mirror modifier. I assume you've heard about this, but apparently they're updating how weakness and resistance to damage types is announced in battle. I actually hadn't heard about that. I haven't really had a lot of time to sort of peruse a lot of people's like reactions to new Pokemon news and stuff, like following the Direct and things. I haven't watched the Direct mostly because I probably won't be getting ZA. That's fair enough, although there were other things in there, but they were kind of just very minor. The whole Direct did feel like padding until we get to the ZA part. Because I felt like a lot of it was just like, because obviously they have a lot of other like smaller games that they do and all of their mobile games, so a lot of it was just, we're adding new stuff to this mobile game, and it's like, okay, that's understandable, you do that all the time. So it's like, oh, if you're into Cafe Remix, there's going to be new Pokemon in Cafe Remix. There's a raid, Dynamax like raid event happening in Pokemon Go. There's new Pokemon being added into Pokemon Unite. So it's like, if you're into that game, then you're excited for that news, kind of thing. There's a new trainer being added into Pokemon Masters EX, which is one of the few Pokemon games I've never even bothered to try because it's only battling, and battling is one of my I don't hate it. It's not that I hate battling, it's like, it's not my priority in Pokemon, funnily enough. I like to collect Pokemon. And battling is very much just a side thing of like, well, I need to battle to progress the game. If you're 4 times strong or weak to a type, you get a different announcement than super effective. Oh, that's neat. I like that. That's fine. Clearer communication is always appreciated, Monster Hunter. Right, I've just started this, but I haven't actually pulled out an example. So let's put the pupper back, and we're going to pull out our rabbit and our bear, who both have these funny little nubs. These funny little nubs of tails, which are kind of like, they're not quite round, but like it's an attempt to be round. It's actually kind of an interesting shape. I play Night on and off already, but I knew letters and letters were being added. That's kind of what I mean, of like a lot of the stuff that they announced that was like for these different games were probably already announced in those games. Like I think Pokemon Go had already announced in the game that there was going to be an event, so I felt like a lot of it was just padding to get to the Legends EA announcement. Yeah. Also, I did download the new one, which they called Pokemon Friends, which I literally turned to Spook and I was like, awful name. Awful name. It's a puzzle game. Could have called it something else. Pokemon Friends is such a vague, could be anything. Frankly, I've also come to realise that even though I consider myself a massive Pokemon fan, I have also become a lot more critical of Pokemon in recent years. Because yes, they are making some questionable decisions, and you can like something despite its flaws. And critical thinking is important. But yeah, Pokemon Friends, awful name for it. Cute puzzle game, but very clearly, even though it is a free app, it is so obvious that they want you to spend money. It's because by comparison to companies, they half-arse a lot of stuff. They do. They really do. It's a cute little puzzle game, and I like the idea of like, oh, when you complete puzzles, you get yarn and you make plushies. Very marketable to me, obviously. But it feels kind of cheap because it's very clearly they made a game and they want you to pay for it, but they've disguised it as free to play, because basically if you just download the app for free, it is a free app, you can do 3 puzzles a day. Whereas if you go into the shop and you buy anything, just anything from the shop, you get unlimited puzzles. So it is legitimately just, you've made a puzzle game, but you didn't want to just put it up on the shop for like $5. So you've made it free. You've basically made the demo free, but you've not called it a demo. And then you've added in a microtransaction of, by the way, here's the rest of the game. Which just feels kind of slimy. It's just more corporate bullshit. You know? Of like, I would almost prefer if it was just a paid game. And then you can just play all the puzzles, rather than this weird sort of like, it's free, but you get like 3 puzzles a day, because they're very quick puzzles, you know. You can probably do all 3 puzzles in a minute. Apparently it's on the Switch. Yes, it is on the Switch. I imagine on the Switch it is exactly the same. But yeah, I would almost prefer just the upfront payment of, we made a puzzle game, it costs, you know, probably $30, but if it's got a decent amount of puzzles in, then I'd be like, yeah, I'll pay $30 because I like puzzle games. But this whole like, it's free, but it's paid for on the Switch. Oh, there you go. So basically, the demo is on mobile. So they made a puzzle game, and they put the demo on mobile, but they didn't call it a demo. Hello, Den. Absolutely, you can have a hug. A big old hug for Den. How much is it? It's £8 on the Nintendo Switch. I wonder what you get for that. Because interestingly, the quote-unquote basic pack in the mobile app is £10. So that's already more expensive than that, but I wonder what you get. Ah, there you go. Standard edition combo bundle. which is 33, which on mobile costs 35. So yeah. That's also really sneaky. It's more expensive on mobile. Nintendo, man. What happened to you? How's your favourite fluffball today? I'm doing good, actually, despite my complaining about Nintendo. I'm doing good. That's taking the piss. Yeah, it is taking the piss. There's like generic mobile puzzle games too. It really is. I've tried it. I downloaded it and I tried the free games. And I was like, yeah, they're just mobile games. Even Spook, literally when Spook saw the trailer for it, because we watched the Pokemon Presents together, he pulled out his phone and opened a puzzle game that he has on his phone that has basically exactly the same puzzles. And I was like, yeah, I don't mind that they're the same puzzles, because it's just, it's a free mobile app, because that was what they said in the thing. They were like, it's available for free on mobile, and then you download it, and it's like, oh, you can do 3 puzzles a day unless you buy this pack, and it's like, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. And also the cheap thing as well of, again, the quote-unquote free version, the things that you can unlock. There's only about 10 that you can unlock. When I went into the store to be like, well, what do you get if you buy the basic thing for a tenner? And it's like, oh, you unlock like 50 things. And it's like, God fucking damn it. It's just peak mobile game shit, but it's coming from Nintendo, so it feels bad. If they get you to make 1 transaction, you're 90% more likely to make more transactions. Yeah, that's the thing. I would almost prefer it if it was just a proper puzzle game that they'd put effort into, instead of like, it's just a mobile game, £10 please. But I digress. I am going to get Legends EA because that looks good. It looks good. I don't actually know how I'm going to model this, because it's a very weird shape. Very odd. Bless them. The mane on my lion is like so scruffy now because he's so old. He's so scruffy. It's everything you are. It's all I want to be. I'm genuinely struggling to get my head around this shape. I can literally see it in front of me, and I'm still struggling to get my head around how to mimic it. I won't give up on you. I'm just getting messages from people. I don't even know your name. I mean, kind of disenfranchised with Nintendo and Pokemon in general. Power War's been brought to a head and switched to being bricked reinforced. It also apparently switched to bricking is just an American thing. EU doesn't have that problem. Really? Fascinating. Why? Why? Wow. Very bizarre. Sorry, I'm having a conversation on my second screen, but it is important. Been under a rock, they've been bricking. Damn, apparently. Apparently EU has some law in effect that they can't just brick it, but they can lock you out of the store. And this is why I always buy physical cartridges. I've always bought physical cartridges. Like, I've put Legends EA on Throne because I do want to get it, but I'm planning to buy a physical cartridge, not the digital version. It's a shame the physical cartridge doesn't have the game on it anymore, just download link from the store. Yeah, it's, at least for the Switch 1, I suppose I should have prefaced that with. I should have prefaced that with on the Switch 1. I'd be getting physical cartridges. I don't own a Switch 2, and I joked like the only way I would get a Switch 2 is if I put it on Throne, but you'll note I haven't put it on Throne. Because, yeah. Give me that brain cell I needed, I'm at work. That's bonkers to me. It's actually insane, and it's insane that they're kind of just getting away with it. Like, people are voicing their disapproval, but the Switch 2 is still, like, selling. So it is kind of insane that they're kind of just getting away with it. Bleh. There we go. Okay, let's close that down. Important conversations happening. Nintendo has built such a fan base that they could come out like Kanye and still be making stupid cash. Not to mention Pokemon. That's the thing. They can't. It's not a monopoly because they're not monopolizing the market, but it is like frightening how kind of just like invincible they are and untouchable they are, basically. Because Nintendo alone drives so much tourism to Japan that in Japan, especially, they can kind of get away with anything. So they're kind of like a law unto themselves. Dragon Ball Go Burr, played around with Unite and got 21 takedowns. Nice! I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of want to fire up Unite again. I definitely go through big phases of, you know, play a ton of Unite, don't play Unite for 7 months. And I'm currently in the haven't played it in 7 months era, but seeing the video, I was like, I should pick up Unite again, but then I was like, I got way too much going on. Because basically, when I play Unite, I like to play Unite with Curls, and me and Curls have 2 games we're playing at the moment, which is Minecraft and Kingdom 2 Crowns. So I probably shouldn't throw the 3rd game into the mix, but if we finish our Kingdom playthrough, I might ask if she wants to play Unite. You can tell that this shape is, like, baffling me. It's such a bizarre shape. It's the fact that I'm like looking at it in real life and I'm struggling to work out how to replicate it in 3D. So it's kind of like flat this way. It's like flat that way. And then kind of like flat this way. So you're in it with like a weird kind of shape like that. Dragon Dance is such a good move. I haven't played Dragapult myself, but I think Curls had played with Dragapult. Curls likes to main Trevenant. And I wouldn't say I main any one. I do kind of flip between a couple based on vibes, but I like Alolan Ninetales. I actually did play Charizard and Pikachu a little bit. And I haven't played a lot of the new ones because obviously, like a lot of the new ones, it was like, you know, you need to buy the license, and I was like, I don't have I don't play often enough to have enough in-game currency to buy new licenses, so I play a lot of the older ones. But I would say Talonflame was probably my main. I was lucky enough to pull the special pilot skin from the like free lottery. You know, the one where it's like a 1% drop chance. So I was like, well, I got the super skin, so I gotta play him, and I do like playing him. The music box. Dragon Dancing you like is like a AC 130 on a single mon. I'm gonna assume that's good. Again, as with most games, I'm too casual. I'm too casual in it. I don't pay attention to the stats. I go off vibes. I'm like, what's fun? What's fun to play? Headling go brr, yeah. I should probably like at least open Unite because they always. I think a lot of the stuff I have is because I did play Unite. I did like, you know, immediately download it and start playing it when it was new. And I think the reason that I have a lot of the passes that I do is because every time they have an anniversary event, they're like, here, have free stuff. And I always open up the game and I'm like, oh, I'll take free stuff. I haven't been actively playing for 6 months, but I'll take free stuff. So I should probably do the same now, because I imagine there's probably some free stuff going. In this Twitch drops at the moment as well. I think I did actually get the Twitch drops. I think I did actually claim those as well, so I should probably load up the game and redeem them. Yeah, I did. I got them. A prize pack and some holoware, apparently. So I should open those up and redeem them. I'm just gonna subdivide this whole thing, because I actually don't know how I want to put the loops on. I'm just gonna subdivide the whole thing like that and smooth it. Yeah, we tangented for a while there. So tangent's already been marked off this week. But yeah, we tangented hard there, talking about Pokemon. It did not progress the tale for a little bit. But to be fair, I'm still happy with the progress I made today, because we've got the basic, very basic body shape. Very, very basic body shape, and a selection of tails. So I'm still happy with the progress from today. There we go. So that's kind of right. It's still quite square on that corner. Bring that in a little bit so it's slightly roundish. This is like bare Banui tail, is what this is. There we go. So slightly different from the short tail. This is the little nub tail. I think it still needs to be a bit bigger though. Still a little small in relation to the body. The mountain pass with treetop trees and violet skies. It was cool seeing Whispers perform this at Feraliday. As I drift away into the night, the wind blows the sunrise away. As eternal darkness leaves me blind. And if I had one chance to make it all better, I would grab it and never let go. I know a man has the fire in his eyes and the spirit of 1,000 ghosts. Walks alone through the forests and the hills, and all the birds and the foxes sang. Get put into a circular flight pattern and you start shooting down at enemy ones near you. If you take out a mon during Dragon Dance, its cooldown gets refreshed. Ooh, nasty. I pair it with Shadow Ball because it pierces enemy mons and they get a debuff and they take even more damage. That sounds like a pretty strong combo. And AC 130 is the evolved form of the Warthog. Oh, I see. Never let go. Here we go. There's a little nub, I think. It's our little bear nub. Bring you in like a little bit more, maybe. Because on the plushie, this comes down to like literally a flat point, like the fabric gets all bunched up, but I don't want to do that on this because I don't think it would look as nice. We have the benefit of being in a game space, so it doesn't have to be exact. So yeah, I think that's nice enough. Is that big enough in comparison? Literally holds plushie up to screen of like, is that big enough in comparison? I feel like it is. I feel like it is. Okay. Okay. We're on 4 tail options, and that's just on the plushies that I picked out from my collection. 4 different tails. Ah! There. Wow. Big stretch. Ooh. Ooh. And some water. Ah. Spook has been able to get a nap for an hour. I am unfortunately going to have to do the sad, responsible job of waking him up so that we can go grocery shopping, because we have to go grocery shopping before we can have dinner. Let's see, so we've got 4 tail options already. Let's add cube. See if we can at least make the start of an ear shape. I'm just going to call it ear for now. We're probably going to go for just the basic pointed ear that apparently all the cats and the dogs seem to share, but for some reason the fox is a different one. Yeah, the cats and the dogs seem to have the same ear shape. Add a mirror modifier. Like that. So they do kind of like curve round. So they come to a point and they curve slightly. They follow around the shape of the face. And the fabric like seam that they are joined to kind of helps shape the shape of their head and the snoot. So that's going to be interesting. Make them quite thin. Okay, so we're going to put one there, and one there. We're also going to do, nope, not on that axis. That's enough on that axis. Here, here, and here. I'm going to do one on the seam like that. Let's try smoothing the whole thing. Actually, before I smooth the whole thing, let's manually move this point down. Like that. Like that. Like that. Okay, now we'll smooth. I'm going to do something very interesting here. So we're going to take this. We're going to very badly rotate it. So this does need to come, like, further down the side of the head. Try and get a little bit of shape if we can. Sort of round like that. Also, not going to need these underside faces. We save polys where we can. look at you from the front. Okay, I think these need to be wider. Literally using my IRL plushies as reference. Turn off the X-ray. Shade it smooth. Well, look at that. That's starting to look like an actual creature now. Behold the creature. So the eyes on Beanie Babies are not embroidered. They are just plastic eyes. Plastic circular eyes. Which I'm probably going to do... just do another object for. How does UV sphere compare to another sphere? Oh, it's a circle. Okay. Start again. Quick Google. Yeah. Start again. Okay, we want another mirror modifier on this fella. Don't even try to sleep. Start again. So eyes are kind of in line with ears on almost all of these, because the ears, this bit that curves round, there is a seam in the fabric, and that seam on almost every single one, by the looks of it, goes past where the eye is. So the eye is pretty much in line with the corner of the ear there in terms of placement. Rub that out. I think the issue here is the face shape, which is fair because it was a very rough face shape. Honestly, the nose is actually kind of tilted down too much. No one even knew it was really only you, so dance, fucker, dance. Never had a chance, it was really only you. Alright, and the nose is the same as the eyes. The noses are all like plastic things added on. Whereas things like mouths, the mouth is stitching on the ones that have actual very clear mouth lines, so that's going to be a texture. Mouth line will be texture. Very pointed. It's very pointed out there. Being given temporary freedom from my corporate overlords. Yay! Creature. I have made creature. It actually resembles a creature now. It's a very flat creature. He's so flat. Oh my god. I think he's been made slightly too flat in comparison to his head. See, this leg has a thing running down it, but this leg, it's a bit more forward. Move that back a bit. So that I can then raise it slightly, I think. He needs some milk! View statistics. 900? We ain't even at 1,000 yet? I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, mind you, that's not with everything turned on. I was gonna say, I was like, surely we were past 1,000. Yeah, we're well past 1,000. Oh, of course, and the mirror modifier's on, so that's gonna be doubled. No, that's more like it. I was about to say, I was like, 900 is insanely low. Select all of that. Yeah, 2,000. That's more like it. I was going to say 2,000 is pretty good though. 2,000 is pretty good, considering that the average, let's be honest, the average avatar ends up in the very poor section, which is 70,000. I can't even remember how many polys the Cobble has, because Cobble is actually classed as good, because that was one of the things I was challenged to myself of, like, I'm going to make an avatar base that is good so that you can add stuff to it. Yeah, we're at 2K so far. Oh, that's a little creature. I'm going to post that in the Discord, because I haven't posted whips in the Discord in a long time. That's one of the things that I was trying to do at one point, to try and encourage people to join the Discord. Of like, hey, if you join the Discord, you get to see all the work in progresses. There we go. Post it to Discord. Join Discord. Right. I'm going to end there. I'm going to be sensible, because we have community night later. We're going to be playing Party Animals. Also join the Discord if you're interested in that. And we need to me and Spook both need to have dinner and go grocery shopping. I should have paused that ad break. Oh, wait a sec. Wait for the ad break to finish in case there's anybody who's not here yet. Really should have hit snooze on that. Oh well. Because I don't think I'm gonna raid, because I don't tend to raid on Friday since we have another stream later. So yeah, let me come over to the full screen. Where? Right. So yeah, let me double check calendar, because yeah, nearly 2 weeks away. So next week's gonna be like my it's gonna be my last full week streaming before the wedding. I'm probably I don't. This is the weird thing of, like, so much has been planned, and, like, obviously, like, you know, it's the week of the wedding, but I'm like, a lot of the stuff has been planned to obviously happen, like, on the wedding day or on the day before. So, like, I don't know about having the Monday off, because I'm like, well, nothing's actually happening on the Monday. I'm trying to have a serious conversation. But yeah. I don't know. But I feel like I feel like, if anything, I just should have the week off, because I will probably be very, very stressed. Like, I'm already stressed as it is. So I'm pretty sure everybody on the planet would shout at me if I tried to do work and stream on the wedding week. So next week is going to probably be the last full week of streaming before the wedding happens. So yeah, we're married in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow, to be exact. So yes. So it feels weird. It feels weird, but like good. Weird, but like good. Weird in a good way. I don't know. It's yeah. I will be a married woman. So, I don't know. If I know myself, I may, like, work on stuff, but I guess I probably won't stream. Gonna use the stream as relaxation time to get away from being married. Yeah, really? That's how the last 2 Tuesdays have been. That's why we've been fishing in FF on Tuesdays, because Tuesday is essentially my free day of I just do what I want on a Tuesday, basically. So the reason that we've been doing FF instead of other stuff is because I was like, I just want to zone the F out, and the Moogle event is happening, and fishing happens, like, right after we start, so I'm like, yes, please. So, yeah. So that's why that's been happening like that. Yeah. Thank you, Lance. So, yeah. I suppose one thing that I may do on maybe, like, the Monday and because Wednesday is when stuff is, like, starting. Wednesday is when it's, like, starting on Wednesday the 6th. And that is some of our international, and not even international, but some of just our wider friends are going to be turning up on Wednesday. I am starting to get my hair done, in that I'm getting my hair colour topped up and my hair trimmed and stuff like that. And then part 2 is actually on the wedding day I get styled. But it takes about 4-ish hours to dye my hair because my hair is very thick. I have thick hair, so it takes a while for the colour to actually, like, go into it and for them to, like, cover everything, so it's a whole thing. So that's, like, most of my Wednesday, frankly, of, like, people are coming, hair's getting done. I'm like, that's the day, basically. And then Thursday, we're going to Costco to get food, additional bits of food. And then Thursday evening, we're having our stag and hen do's. Friday is some of the setup at the venue and recovering from the night before. And then Saturday's the wedding. So yeah, so I might do a bit of work Monday and not stream, but I may end up being, like, forcefully held down by some friends and being like, play games for the love of God. Relax. And I'm just going to be like, I need to be productive. But that's in 2 weeks. Next week will be a normal week, in quotation marks. Because as you already saw this week, there were several days where the stream was, like, half an hour late, and a lot of that was because of having to do wedding stuff. You know, having to go talk to people and make calls and stuff like that. So I can't guarantee it will be a fully normal week, but I will at least be trying to stick to this schedule next week. So yes. But for now, normal TM. Yeah, exactly. Not normal asterisks. Yeah. So plan for next week is Monday work. We'll be continuing work on our little creature here. I'm going to be making more customizations for it. Tuesday, who knows? It's wild card evening. Frank, I should change that text to say wild card. Because it used to be creature games, but honestly, I just do whatever. It's my free day. And then Wednesday, I imagine still be working on the creature. More Final Fantasy on Thursday. Friday is technically the 1st of August, so I'm gonna gather clips for the highlights video, which my darling dear friend Hope has said they will help edit, because I was like, shit, I'm not going to be able to edit the highlights video because I'm getting married. So Hope has offered to help with that. Bless them. So everybody thank Hope. I don't know if Hope is here right now, but Hope has offered to help with that. Bless them. And then community night. Don't know what that one's going to be, but that's next week. Right, I will see you guys later. We're going to be playing Party Animals tonight. If not, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy your weekend. I believe we're going to be streaming on Sunday. I haven't been told otherwise. So I hope to see you around, and enjoy whatever it is you get up to. Right. Bye! Bye. Bye. Bye.